everyone, and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. I've had a couple of celebrity wine episodes. They were okay. I mean, not a ton of people were interested in viewing them necessarily. There was a few. I think I did Dave Matthews, Zach Brown from Vanderpumps, Andre Bocelli, Kyle MacLachlan, really was impressed with his wines, and who grew up, I think, in Yakima, and the Little Big Town Band. So they all get involved in wine. I think it's very interesting that there's quite a few celebrities out there that want to have their own wine brand label. This particular lineup that we have here, I'm very interested in. It is Cameron Diaz and Katherine Power. They're friends. We all know who Cameron Diaz is. But what about Katherine Power? Well, she's a very powerful entrepreneur who's involved in a lot of different businesses, and she's friends with Cameron, and Cameron Diaz, and they made this line of wines called Avaline. And so we're going to give them a try, see what they're all about. I'm very curious, actually. We're going to get started right off with the Avaline. Now, it's pretty cool. They do the phonemic spelling underneath, so you can say it correctly. And then it's made with organic grapes, vegan friendly. They don't have a lot of additives in this wine. It's a very interesting project. And I can see that with Cameron Diaz, just wanting to make a nice clean wine. That's what they call it on their website, a clean wine made from certified organic grapes. And it's interesting, they kind of go all over the place with these wines. Well, actually 2 countries here, not the U.S. This rolls in, this is the Avaline white wine. It rolls in at $24. It's a blend of Xarello, Macabeo, and Malvasia, which are very interesting. Xarello and Macabeo are both wines used commonly in cava, a Spanish sparkling wine. So, very curious about these wines. We're going to get started right away. I'm trying to, just be on pace a little bit better. Some of my videos, I know they're a little bit long, and I'm not sure what the attention span is of a lot of my viewers. By the way, thanks for the subscription. I've had quite a few more subscribers since my last episode. By the way, as you've noticed, I've been off the air for a little while. Actually, it's been over 3 weeks, which is really strange for me. But a lot of things have been happening in my life, and it just, life takes over sometimes. But we're going to get right back at it. So this is kind of a straw color, very light. Yeah, I would say a straw, clear, very clear, clean wine. Yeah. Very pale. Let's see what we get on the nose. It's got a little bit of sparkle going on there. So I get a little apple right off the bat. Apple with just a touch, just a tiny hit of grapefruit. Tiny, small fraction. To me, mostly apple. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we get on the palate. By the way, I'm going to do an episode on why the need to smell wine a little bit more. I think I've been reading a really cool book about that, and you can actually train yourself to smell better, which is really cool. And an episode on decanting, they're coming up. Let's see what we get on the palate. A little bit of a minerality on those. That's what I'm getting, kind of a dusty rock thing with apples. And there's also maybe a little bit of a melon coming through. Let's see what we get on the palate. The apple, melon, and definitely grapefruit come through. Not grapefruit like New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc grapefruit, but definitely a hint of grapefruit pith with that apple. The minerality is there. It's really cool. Nice kind of dusty rock thing on the backside. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. This is from Spain. I don't know if I mentioned that. That melon comes through with grapefruit and the apple. Really, really clean wine. Really interesting, fresh, simple, not complex, but really good. I mean, not really good. It is one you could just sit out on the porch on a warm day and just quaff. It's a quaffable white. Yeah, be great with shellfish, chicken, things like that, salad, you're really good with. I'm going to go C plus B minus on that. Let's move on. So this is the Avaline Rosé, made with organic grapes, vegan friendly, on and on. And this pairs well with the warmth of the sun and the company of your best friends, or your best friend. Hopefully you have more than one. No added sugar, artificial color, concentration. It is a blend of Grenache, Cinsault, Calvados, Syrah, and Cabernet Sauvignon. It rolls in at $24 as well. Now, you might be able to get it cheaper. I think if you subscribe to their club, you can get it for like 21 bucks. I have not, I don't know what it goes for retail-wise. And I just wonder, you know, how many of you, actually I'd like to get a comment from you guys, how many of you guys buy a wine because a celebrity is a part of it? I mean, I know like Casamigos, you know, come on, Stan. You know, that was started by George Clooney. And, you know, it sells a lot, but it's good tequila. So I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, but also his face does that. How many of you buy a wine just because maybe perhaps a celebrity started the label? Does that have an impact on you? How do you feel about that? Like this little white for 24 bucks. I think it's a slightly overpriced, but once again, I don't know what I can get it for from a wholesaler and what I would retail it for, but that's just on their online. I think it goes down to 21 bucks. But for that amount of money, it's a C plus B minus wine. Let's see what we get. Really, really interesting salmon color, kind of a copper salmon. You get that on this one, which is what people love in rosé. Interesting, one of the grapes is a Calvados, which is a cross between Malbec and Grenache. And it turns out it favors the Malbec side more than Grenache. It's good for color in the wine. Let's see what we get on those. Definitely watermelon. Touch of strawberry, watermelon. Seems like there's a little bit of sweet rhubarb coming through on this one as well. Maybe even a pinch, a kiss of peach. Let's see what we get on the palate. Watermelon comes through in spades on the palate. Nice and dry, crisp, clean. A little bit of I think this is Vin de France. It might be Provence. It doesn't say. It's just a table wine. They do not allow Caladoc in any of the AOCs of France. It doesn't say where it's from, actually. I probably could have looked up online. Anyway, it's from France. Probably Languedoc. Maybe hedging towards. They're all really close down there. That rhubarb comes through right at the back end. That little bit of peach is there. Watermelon, nice and dry. This is a rosé lover's rosé. And when I say that, I mean people who really dig rosé and that dry thing. And there's a little spiciness to this. The Grenache would do that. I like that about this wine. This is just a really cool dry rosé. I think you could probably get it for less than 24 bucks. Like I said, if you subscribe to their wines, it goes down to 21, which is probably a better price for this wine. Yeah, I'm going to go B minus B on that. I think it's a really solid rosé. Let's move on. So this is the Avaline red wine, Vin de France. Now what I liked about this rosé is that I think the alcohol was 12.6 on that, and the white, the alcohol is 11.6. So they're light alcohol wines. They're vegan friendly. They're organic. A lot of people, like that in a wine. I know it means a lot to many people. So that's cool. I believe this is Grenache and Syrah. This also rolls in at $24. Grenache Syrah, 24 bucks. Avaline. I think it's pretty cool that these celebrities, they probably really like their wines, and at some point in their life they go, hey, I could probably start a winery of some sort. And in this case, Katherine Power and Cameron Diaz did it. So yeah, they probably drink this. I know Zach Brown brings his wines to his concerts for his band members. I think he soaks the people that go to his concerts for those wines. Let's see what we get on those. Sort of definitely a purple ruby color, very dark. You'd expect that from Syrah, not necessarily Grenache. Let's see what we get on those. Blackberry, for sure. Little brambleberry thing, which blackberry is part of that. So it's a mixture of all those brambleberries. Get a touch of vanilla. Yeah, mostly just like, you know, brambleberries, blackberries, anything that grows in the thicket, you know what I'm saying? I also think I'm getting a little bit of plum on this one as well. And there's some spice notes coming through on the nose as well. Let's see what we get on the palate. Nice texture in the mouth. A little kind of a minerality comes through on the backside, which is really cool. Definitely blackberry. Maybe a little huckleberry, plum notes coming through. There's a little pyrazine, little herbaceousness coming through on the backside of this wine. Almost like you're getting a little bit of the blackberry stem leaf thing, which is really cool. Don't get me wrong, I like that kind of stuff. I geek out on that kind of thing. Actually, I really like this red. Of all three of these, this red is my favorite so far. This is from France. That pyrazine note comes through on the backside. A little bit of maybe a green tea thing as well. Yeah, blackberry, huckleberry, little blueberry. Yep, a little bit of blueberry. And the pyrazines, kind of branchiness comes through on the backside. Very interesting wine. I like this wine. Like I said, it's the best of the bunch of all three. I'm going to go B plus on that red. Like I said, you could probably get it for 21 bucks. I don't know what you get at retail. I'm going to find out. Maybe I'll make a note when I find that out and let you know later, maybe on my next episode, which, by the way, will not be over 3 weeks away. I promise that. Like this wine, I'm going to go B plus. Yeah, pretty good lineup of wines. All organically grown grapes. Vegan friendly, not a lot of additives. He puts all the calories, everything on there. They put all the calories and everything on there, which is, you know, kind of cool. Some people like a lot of information. So, do you buy wines because celebrities made it? Does that influence your purchasing? And do you want a lot of information on your label? Or are you just more interested in what grapes are in that wine? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day. I appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.